What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about um how this timeline kind of sucks, because the reason why this timeline sucks is because most people are miserable pretty much. So when you're working at an average 9 to 5 job, if you're working at a certain type of career field, no matter what, you're always gonna come across most people who are miserable. And there's nothing wrong with people being miserable, because I could give a fuck about that, or I don't really care. And as human beings, this system is designed for us to not give a fuck about one another anyways. The reason why I said is because since this money is, because it's this weird, this timeline is fucking weird, because it's a dog eat dog competitive world. So this world is designed for human beings to compete with one another. This is why we have job interviews. This is why we have competition, contests. And there's nothing wrong with competition or contests. People love doing that, and by all means do that. But where people are participating in competitions where like their life is at stake, like a fucking job interview, or like get people doing job interviews, or like, people to make money. It's an individual thing to have your own house. It's in this timeline, in this weird ass world we're living in. It forced people to not work together because of the money system. When you're making money, when you need food, water, shelter, clothing, all that requires individual. Like, you yourself have to do that shit. The system doesn't support you, doesn't help you out. This is why when you don't pay rent, when you don't pay your bills on time, then you get kicked out of the house, or like there goes your water bill, there goes your phone bill. The system's not gonna help you out like that. So, and there's a lot more other reasons. I just don't want to fucking say it. So that's one of the reasons why this world is competitive, and it forces people to go against one another, not to give a fuck about one another. Also, I don't know where I was getting at, but yeah, the average 9 to 5, the average career, and the average everywhere you go to, it produces very miserable people. And like I said, I don't care about that, but in the system forces you to not care about that. But the only problem is that when these same miserable people will project their bullshit onto other people, such as jealousy, envy, they'll self-sabotage, or they'll sabotage you, and they'll do some grimy shit that's you know what I'm saying? So like, the system is designed for people to not find solutions on how to make this world a better place. Instead, the system is designed for people to participate and to be into the system and to continue with its bullshit. This is why we still got poisonous foods. This is why people are just, you just look at social media, man. People, they don't talk about solutions on how to make this world a better place, or solutions on how to, like, better our situations in life and to better this world. Instead, people make video content just for the sole purpose for them to make money and to make a fucking living. This is why you see most people promoting stupid ass shit all over TikTok, all over YouTube and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I see people just, it's just fucking stupid. And these same people, they're making money. They're making a living off of that. You know what I'm saying? While you have a fucking construction worker, a fucking policeman, or just anyone that's busting their ass and putting their lives at risk, they're not getting paid as half as much of these online influencers who promote nothing but dumbass shit. And that's the type of world we're living in. So that's one of the reasons why I don't take life seriously. Or I mean, I take life seriously so I can become the better version of myself, so I get the fuck out my situation, so I don't have to be around bum ass people with a shitty ass attitude, and then in these shitty ass living environments. I want to attract the right types of people for me, and I want to live in the right environment. That's one of the reasons why I want to better my situation. And I have to cut a lot of people off along the way, because like I said, the system, this world, it produces a lot of bum ass fucking people that damages them, that corrupts their fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? This is where you get your generational curses from, dysfunctional, abusive family households, and just unhinged ass people. And look at the results. Look at social media. Look how people are just followers, and they promote dumb shit because that's what's comfortable to them. People don't actually have the balls to find solutions on how to make this world a better place. Like, to be honest, you even gotta do anything. Just make a fucking channel, or just post on social media to change the only see in this fucking world. Spread information, but people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine living in a world where like everything is controlled, everything is restricted. Like, the human experience, this timeline in itself is very retarded, is very dumb, and is very stupid. Because the same people who rule this world, they're retarded. They're pedophiles. They do a lot of dumb shit, and people just go along with it. And I personally blame God and the Creator for allowing this shit to happen. The fact that this reality even allows this shit to happen, they're the fucking problem. So not only we're dealing with human corruption, in this realm, but we're also dealing with spiritual corruption because they allow some bullshit like this to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is why if I had a chance to reincarnate, I would not fucking do it. It's a waste of fucking time. And not only that, but I hate with the system. What I hate is that like you can put in so much energy. Like the system is very dangerous. It's fucking hot in here. This system is dangerous because I make YouTube videos, but I don't give a fuck about making YouTube videos. I'm just talking to myself, so I'm bored. But because even when I make YouTube videos, I get annoyed because I want it to be over with. But the system is dangerous because you could give your energy and you could give your all to a certain type of career field, to a certain type of job, and you won't get the same investments or same money and same benefits in return. This is why it's important to know your worth, to know your self-worth, to know yourself, and to know the type of talents and God-given gifts and skills that you could bring. It's important to know your value, what you can offer to the world and to people and to yourself. A lot of people are born with gifts, different talents, because we're all unique, we're all meant for great things. But the problem is people don't know their value, they don't know their worth, and don't know how much they could offer to the world and to themselves. This is why you gotta do soul searching, you gotta know more about yourself. But the system we're living in forces you to not do that because growing up, we were forced to be put in a bullshit school system. Our parents, our families are retarded, they don't know shit. And this world, the purpose of this world is to program a lot of people and to mind control them so they can become slaves. So when you know more about yourself, you're gonna realize that, hey, most of these jobs I'm at, most of these career fields I'm at, I'm not getting as much investments, I'm not getting as much benefits or money in exchange for my energy. And when that happens, it kind of forces you to kind of change your situation, to change jobs, to change career paths. It doesn't have to apply for careers, it can apply for people. If you're around people who aren't offering you the same type of emotional intelligence that you have, such as empathy, such as like consideration, such as like just morals and integrity, if people aren't offering that to you, then get the fuck away from them. You know, I've done that a lot of times with like family members. The only times I'm forced to be around a lot of dumbass, retarded people who deserve to get killed and beat the fuck up, I'm usually forced around these people through work situations, or even if it is with loved ones or family members, because I couldn't get out of my situation because of money. Because unfortunately, in order for you to move and to live in a different house or to live in a different state or an area, you need money. If you need a car, you need money. And I was able to get those things because of my lack of finances. And unfortunately, we live in a corrupt, evil world that it forces people to be stuck and stagnant into their abusive family situations. I wasn't the only one that experienced this. A lot of people experience this shit as well. This is why you hear stories all over online about there's stories about people being around abusive families and dysfunctional families. They can't get out of this situation. That's one of the reasons why I've joined the military, so I can get out of my situation. It's one of the easiest ways to do that. So it gets deep. So there's a lot of flaws in this human experience, without a doubt. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of shit that needs to be changed. You know, and unfortunately, God or the universe, they're not producing as much spiritually aware spirits to reincarnate here. Instead, there's the opposite. There's a lot more reckless, easily influenced spirits who are susceptible to being programmed and to spread bullshit and for them to vibrate low, which will give room for demonic entities and the Jezebel spirit and lower vibrational entities to possess them, to hijack their minds so they can harm spirits with an important spiritual mission or innocent people like that. So these same spirits will continue the process of generational curses, not only with family bloodlines, but within this fucking world. But everything is controlled, man. Everything is restricted. Everything sucks. So, like, if you actually, like, live in this world with a logical mind, you're gonna realize yourself that everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Everything is corrupted. Everything is fucking evil. You know what I'm saying? If you have common sense, if you know who you are, if you study about spirituality, if you've done a lot of soul searching and a lot of healing and take care of the body and shit like that, then you're gonna realize the flaws in this system and in this world, and you're gonna know more about yourself. You're gonna love more about yourself, which will cause you to not kind of participate in this world as much. Instead, you're gonna be guided to move a certain area, to work at a certain job or career, or to start a business, or to do something in which your higher self, your intuition is gonna guide you to where the things you need to do as in the right alignment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we live in a world where like a lot of people are just dumb as fuck and they're retarded. So like when you're on that path of like bettering yourself, becoming the best version of yourself, you're not gonna be around like-minded people. You're not gonna be around people who are at your wavelength, and it's gonna feel isolating. and that's part of this human experience. I feel like, because like I said, I'm not gonna get into it, but if I had an opportunity, I'm not sure how the afterlife works when you die, but if I have the opportunity to reincarnate, to come back here, if it was optional, I would not do it. I would not come back here to be in this human experience, because there's a lot of risks, and it's a hassle, and you pretty much, as a human in this timeline, at least, I'm not sure how there's other timelines in the future, but in this timeline specifically, you pretty much, if you're gonna choose to reincarnate, you pretty much signing yourself to be a slave and to be miserable and to be around retarded people, pretty much retarded spirits. I mean, do you want that? I certainly don't fucking want that. I've already experienced that shit earlier in my life, and even to this day, I don't want to do that shit again. So, that's the questions you gotta ask yourself. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's how I view life. Another thing, it gets annoying too, because I feel like a pattern within life is like, you're meant to go through abuse, you're meant to go through trauma, then you got to heal from it, and then once you heal from it, you gain wisdom, knowledge, and information. But then after that, life has nothing to offer, so it's going to throw more bullshit at your way just so it can keep you intact, so it can keep you busy, not in this realm, so it can protect your energy in a way. Maybe that's part of the human experience, to be engaged into this realm, which it's common sense. If you're in this realm, in this human body, you're supposed to be engaged. So it makes sense that since this world has nothing to offer, or if you're like a very old spirit, if you reincarnate a lot of times, nothing, like what Chauncey once said, nothing is gonna really like excite you or please you as much. So this is why life will kind of throw a lot more bullshit and obstacles in your way, just like what Chauncey once said, so you can overcome it, which is annoying. You know what I'm saying? This shit gets annoying. This is why usually you see people who are very like emotionally, spiritually aware, they all go through some type of trauma, especially when it comes to family, where they're forced to be around fucked up family situations and abuse. I've noticed a lot of powerful spirits, or people who have a lot of awareness, people who have a lot of gifts and talents, they don't create their own problems. The difference between an old intelligent spirit and a dumbass spirit is that an old and intelligent spirit who reincarnate a lot of times, they don't create their own problems. Life forcefully gives them their fucking problems out of their control. Versus you got a retarded, newer spirit, the average person, they create their own fucking problems by doing dumb shit, like by doing stupid shit they shouldn't be doing, right? So this is why, so like, even if I'm not right, I could be right, I don't know, but so when I'm in a situation to where like I'm around, like, since all my family members, they're very abusive, they're very dysfunctional, they're very narcissistic, I feel like it is spiritual possession. But either way, just the fact that they put themselves in this situation to be narcissistic and to be spiritually possessed, that's on them. Yes, it's the system's fault. Yes, we live in a corrupt world that produces a lot of damaged people, because the nature of this realm, the nature of this world, is very evil. We're not living life, we're surviving. So if you live in a fucked up world, it's gonna produce fucked up people. That is the case, but these same people, these same spirits, just the fact that they put themselves into that situation to be traumatized or to be possessed by spiritual entities that are low vibrational, that's still their fucking problem. That's their fault. So I'm not sure, because I'd be looking back at my situations, I'd be like, man, like me being around a dysfunctional family, an abusive family, me being reincarnated into this timeline to where there's nothing exciting, there's nothing advanced that's taking place. It's just, this realm is very low vibrational. There's nothing to offer. Everything is restricted and controlled. It's very evil and it's very restricted. And I feel like I shouldn't be in this timeline. I should be in a different timeline. Why am I dealing with this shit? One of the reasons why I've learned about myself is that one of the reasons why I'm even in here, so I could break generational curses, so I could set the example, lead the fucking way in with these bum ass retarded people in this bum ass fucking society. So like, I don't know where I was getting at. So for example, with my life, right? If I'm around a lot of dysfunctional, toxic, abusive family members, and right, I don't take that shit personally. Yes, I still get pissed, and I do defend myself, and I cut these people off, and if need be, I would, and I had defended myself with these people, right? I used to be pissed off. I still am pissed off, but I realized that like this realm is very evil. Everything is pre-planned. We don't have free will like that. All this shit we did, we either chose to experience this, or God chose that shit for us to experience, or it could be past life karma, good or bad, or to balance energies out, or we volunteered to experience these things. If any of these scenarios were the case, it's still not my fucking fault. It's still not my problem. That's this reality. That's this realm. That's the actual experience. That's God. That's the universe's fault. That's not my fucking problem. That's their fault. So whenever I'm going through fucked up situations, it's easier for me to overcome it and to do the shadow work and to heal it, to not take it personal. One of the reasons why people struggle to do shadow work and for them to heal themselves is because they take it personal. You have to learn how to not, like, it's hard to explain. Like, it's okay to feel angry, and you should be angry. You have every right to be pissed off. You have every right to be, if like, furious. It's justified. You have every right to do that. It's justified. But at the same time, you have to realize that, again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just talking to myself. But you have to, from my own perspective, I have to realize that, like, more likely there's something that's out of my control that's just as sinister, just as fucking dumb and retarded, and just as evil as these people in the corrupt government, such as God or the universe or spirit. I view them as very evil and dumb and fucking retarded. So when they put me to situations like that out of my control that I don't want to fucking deal with, I blame them. They're the fucking problem. And that releases the burden, that releases my heart, and that gives me room to do to do the healing work and to do the shadow work, so I can go through life in one piece without perpetuating these generational curses and just creating more hell in my life. You know what I'm saying? And when I say more hell in my life, I didn't create those things. Those things happened forcefully towards me. For example, I didn't ask to be born into these type of family members, or to be around certain types of dumbass fucking people, and to be in this retarded ass, limited, corrupted, evil, restricted timeline. I'd rather not fucking be here. I'd rather be in a different timeline, or in a different realm, or a different fucking planet. But since I'm in here, that's out of my control. So technically, that's not my fucking problem. That's God's problem. That's this reality's problem. And me having that mindset, it forced me to not take life personally. And it make me have more of a clear vision to do the healing work, and to have, to be more disciplined, and to, like, want more, and to figure out what's going to help me, which environments, what types of people, what type of situations I need to take that's going to help better me and my sanity while being in this human experience, pretty much, you know? So when people, because, like, there's a lot of evidence that we didn't chose to experience these things. Instead, there's a certain energy, there's a certain rule or a regulation in this human experience that's forcing humans to experience abuse and bullshit and misery. This is why the facts is that a lot of people are experiencing those things, and a lot of people have stories and life experiences that they share online. But you can also see this shit in real life, where, like, a lot of people rather not be in their fucking jobs, and see how the economy is. You see how these wars and battles in these third world countries are. You see how everything is restricted and limited, and you see how fucking dumb the system is. Those are fucking facts. You know what I'm saying? So clearly, as human beings, we didn't ask to be in this timeline, but maybe a higher power, God, or the retarded universe, or maybe we chose to experience these things. But even then, it's like still not our fault, because as human beings, we rather not be here. We really wouldn't. I'm not saying be suicidal, be depressive. No, obviously we have to do the best of our ability to make this world a better place and change we like to see, and to better ourselves, so we can get out of our bum ass situation that we didn't chose to experience, right? You know, but then you got fucking time speeding up, and the time speeding up is not helping collapsing the system. You know, most people who talk about spiritual shit, they just sound fucking dumb. Like, I be reading their titles and shit like that. Like, I'm talking about, like, I don't know, man. Like I've seen a lot of dumb shit in social media, man. Like, people are just out of it. It gets dangerous too, especially in the spiritual community, because you see all these people making spiritual content. Like Chauncey once said, they're no different than religion. And they are. They're just fucking brainwashed, they're unhinged, and they're damaged. But since they have so much information that's not factual, you have new followers, new audiences that are new to spirituality. They don't know about life or themselves, and they have a lot of codependency. They assume these same people know what the fuck they're talking about, but they're not, you know? And the more you do the healing work, the more you have common sense, the more you know about yourself. You can see through the bullshit of what the fuck these people are saying. And what makes it funny is that like these same people who make these contents, some of them are actually trying. They actually think they know what the fuck they're talking about, but they're not. They're just delusional. They're fucking programmed, and they're stuck in a religious program to where they can't even fucking see it themselves because this program runs deep. It happens since they're fucking children or whatever the fuck, right? And Chance, when he talked about something like this is why when he said spirituality is a religion, it is it's a new religion. You know what I'm saying? These people are no different than religion, just like what he said, you know? And he's right. I agree with that. And that's one of the reasons why. But yeah, but I guess I want to say I guess it could be a good thing. Like if you really hate this realm, if you hate this reality, if you hate the fucking people, it can work in your advantage because since a lot of people are like this, it'll force you to kind of disconnect from these people and to stand out because you're doing the opposite of what other people are doing. So you're doing the shadow work, you're doing the healing work, you're knowing more about yourself, you're studying yourself, you're observing and you're pinpointing and you're seeing the bullshit of this world and this realm, and you're trying to figure out solutions on how to make your situation a better, so you won't deal with any of this bullshit, right? That can give you an advantage because you're gonna know more about yourself. You're gonna know what you want and you know what you like, what you don't like. You're gonna know more about yourself compared to the average person, and that in itself will kind of separate you and to make you stand out and to create more abundance from yourself, because you can feed off of people's retardation that can work to your benefit. This is why people become very successful with their businesses and stuff like that, because of the information they have, they know more about themselves or some type of energy, and that's how they generate a lot of customers and revenue and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But there's obviously a lot more to explain, but it's a lot to explain, but it's kind of something like that pretty much. That's all I gotta say. Just know your worth. Just know that if you feel like a lot of people are retarded, a lot of people they're just dumb, and sometimes you just want to cuss people out, and it is justified. People do deserve to get cussed out. I feel like as I'm getting older, as I'm living life, it's like I've done such a great job on biting my tongue, and to like walking away from situations that could really put me in jail or to really put me in a bad situation to where I either have to like harm someone, kill someone, or be put into jail. I feel like I've done a great job in preventing from experiencing those things. But at the same time, there are times where like, man, like I feel like these same people, they deserve an ass whooping. They deserve to get cussed out at. They deserve to have a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Just like what Chauncey once said, some people do deserve an ass whooping. You know, some people do deserve to die. They do. And there are times where I have cussed people out. I have threatening them and shit like that, which was justified, you know what I'm saying? But these people, they're just so retarded, they're just so spiritually sick, is that you can't really be around them too much like that. Not too much, but at all, because they're gonna start some shit with you, and then you who know more about you, so if you have more common sense and you're more healed, you're gonna do some more damage to that person, because knowing that you're a more powerful spirit, just like what Chauncey once said, like you're more powerful spirit, you're more influential. So when you give these same people the same energy they're giving you're gonna have a more of an impact, and that's gonna fuck up your situation even more. So this is why you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of dumbass people. So, and people like to call it the road to success, or it's lonely at the top. You can refer to as that. You know what I'm saying? Just know that a lot of people are very dumb. This world and society is very lame, and there's more out there. You know, never settle. Never keep yourself stuck in this world, in this society. Don't even let God or the universe or your ancestors keep you stuck like that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree or abide by their fucking rules, then get the fuck away from them. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what you want in your heart and the things you desire in your heart, that's all that matters. Always aim to become great. Strive to become the best version of yourself. And just know that you're never alone and you're not going crazy. It is easier said than done. It is lonely at the top. It is lonely being in this world that's very evil and restricted, and a lot of people who are sheep, people who are programmed. You know what I'm saying? And this world is annoying, but just do the best you can. Just try to handle your business. If you're forced to do something you don't want to do, but you have to do it, just do it. Just don't focus on the present moment. Just focus on the end goal. Focus on your tunnel vision. Focus on your outcome. That's all that matters. Do things in ways to where it's going to help better your future. live the type of life you want to live. Don't settle. Don't compromise for people who aren't at your level. Know your worth. Treat people how you want to be treated, and you'll be straight. And have a good one. And always have faith and belief in yourself. You could be a higher power. You could be yourself. You could be anything. You know. And that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.